Oh, feels nice out here. Oh no, my bike fell down. Here we are, Chouteau Island, going on the Eagle Points Trail thing. Over here. I don't see a single car in the parking lot, so unless they rode from somewhere else, which is sort of unlikely, considering there aren't a ton of cyclists where I live. But there's so many good options in St. Louis, places you can ride. Bumpy, bumpy, bumpy. There's probably nobody out in this trail, so I'm gonna be all by myself. All by myself. So this is a channel of Mississippi River. I'm on Chouteau Island, technically Missouri, I think. So there's a river. We're gonna go that way. I've ridden down this once, and I keep track of my mileage for this thing. The one time I rode down this, I think, was actually just before I started my channel, BikeBlogger. So this is rather interesting. Okay, it says Bike Illinois, so maybe we're technically in Illinois. I don't know. So, let's see if the camera can catch it. We're here. We're gonna go down here and back up. Do they have a name for this trail? There you go, Eagle Points Trail. I always get that confused, think it's like Eagle Point Trail or Eagles Point Trail or whatever. Eagle Points Trail. So, there's a frog there. Watch out for the frog. See the frog? Alright. Alright, so here we go. So I think this trail is, wow, I'm looking at my arms. My arms are covered in sweat. I think this trail is 5 miles long, and then it's 5 miles back, so we got 10 miles to go. And the video I posted before this one, part 1, I went over 10 miles. So I think this whole trek for today is going to be maybe in the neighborhood of 30 miles or more. I think the last time I went down this, it was, it might have been autumn, fall. Although I don't quite remember, maybe it was summertime. But it was at least 2 years ago, maybe more. Maybe 3 years ago. It's very basic, just straight ahead. Let's see, looking behind myself. Nobody behind me. I suppose there's a possibility someone would take a truck down this road occasionally. Nobody behind me now, though. Good thing I put on sunscreen. It's rather sunny right now. Good thing I brought a little snack with me. I might want it later. I only got one water bottle. Ideally, when it's blazing hot, you want one water bottle per hour. Although other people would say, hey, you need to have one water bottle per hour, period. Some people like to put a little sugar in their water or salt to help avoid cramps. I'm no expert. Things to think about, though. I hope some of you enjoy this video, because you're not going to see much more than this. This is just pretty much it. It's very pretty, but not a lot of variety. And again, it's June 6th, 2016. The weather is pleasant for June. It's mid to upper 70s Fahrenheit. And it's rather windy out here, so got a nice cool breeze on me. I'm going 15 miles per hour. We've now gone about a mile on this trail. We're gonna take this trail all the way to the end, where it's like a peninsula, and you got a nice view of downtown St. Louis, where the two channels of the, well, this channel and the actual Mississippi River combined. To my left is the Confluence Trail in Madison County, Illinois. I was on that earlier today. Getting some good riding in this weekend. I don't always get a chance to go for some nice long rides on the weekend. You know, there's always something going on. Just cleaning the gutters of my house earlier today. I understand why a lot of quote-unquote millennials aren't so anxious to buy a house right away. One of the problems is you got so much debt, you can't really afford it, but you know, the way I look at things is, you know, I do like having my own, you know, four walls around me. There's positives and negatives to both. You know, owning a house or an apartment, renting an apartment, a condo, a shack along the beach. It's like, you know, it's always something you gotta fix. Yeah, as long as you keep on top of it, like with bikes, it's not that big a deal, but there is always something. And time is precious, so you gotta figure out what your priorities are. Like, do you really want that really large house? Do you really want to be tied down to something? It depends on your personality, and by the time you reach that age where you're in a position to own property, your personality's probably already figured out what it is you really want. But things change as you grow older. You know, what do you really want? And what do you need? And what do you really need? Did a video on minimalism. Check that one out. I don't know if I'll have a video link or not for that. I've done so many videos now, guys. I mean, I've done over 400 videos. Oh no, is he gonna say he's gonna stop doing videos? No, I'm not gonna stop doing videos. I'm just saying, I got so many videos on so many topics. It's so easy to plug my videos. I'm sorry if I said I'm annoying you plugging videos, but I got a video on almost everything, and I'm always welcome to video requests. You know, if you got a topic you want me to cover, let me know, and I'll try to cover it. Just keep in mind, some people don't understand. My videos are freestyling. I'm riding my bike. I got other things to think about. So I'm not gonna, you know, cover a video topic as well as somebody who's sitting down at a table, you know, just talking to you. Like, hey, let's talk about water, glass half empty, half full, or what, you know, whatever. You know, I freestyle. I jump from topic to topic. I'm vlogging as I'm riding my bike. That's why I'm the bike blogger. So I have a topic. I try to come up with a topic for each of my rides, but that's really just my reference point. That's my starting point. like a barge, like a ship to my left. I'm gonna stop for a second, even though I got some really nice momentum going. You can see he is moving, albeit slowly. I'm sure there's a bunch of gold in that ship. That's going to Fort Knox. Because that's why the US is so rich. We got all the gold, right? Oh, I can be sarcastic sometimes. Don't take me super seriously. Oh yeah, I don't know if I introduced myself in this video. If you don't know who I am, I'm BikeBlogger. I do bicycle rides, sometimes longer rides. I would like to someday put together a playlist of long rides, because I think there is a certain segment of my subscriber base that likes the long rides. And I have hundreds of videos of me commuting to work. And I have not changed jobs since I started this channel, so every one of my commutes is to the same place. Back and forth. Everything's always a little bit different though. So, always something going on. There's always something interesting around that next corner. One of the things that drives me, curiosity. I'm always curious, like, what's going on 100 feet up there? What's going on right now 200 feet up there? Or in this case, what's going on 2.5 to 3 miles that way? That's where we're going. That's how far we got to go until we hit water. And then we don't keep going because I'm not that fast. And drink some more water. I do not believe I've actually ridden on the Katy Trail in Missouri. It's a long 250-mile long gravel trail across the state of Missouri in USA, and I don't think I've actually ridden it this year. Need to get out there though sometime. I'm going 15.5 miles per hour right now. I really like having these other hand positions so I can move around and I don't get as tired as quickly versus just like a mountain bike with flat bars. Some people can ride dozens and dozens of miles with that sort of setup. It doesn't work for me. I like to have more hand positions on the handlebars. Talked about that in my bike in my commuter bike video. Oh my gosh, I'm plugging more videos. Stop. That's sort of cool. Notice how quiet it is when I'm not yelling and screaming. There's a little sign up here, so let's take a look at it. Da, 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 da. I think I see down... hit my foot on the pedal. I think I see downtown St. Louis over there, in the St. Louis Arch. Hunting and fishing at Chouteau Island. Several thousand acres of the Chouteau Island area are open to seasonal hunting for turkey, upland game, waterfowl, and archery deer. To ensure wildlife is managed properly, hunters are required to obtain a special permit for Chouteau Island. Permits help biologists track wildlife populations and preserve hunting on the island complex. One of the most popular fishing spots in the area is Low Water Dam access. Located just south of the old Chain of Rocks Bridge, this area provides great fishing and scenic views of the Mississippi River Anglers 16 and older are required to have a valid Illinois fishing license. Is that a good commercial? Oh, doesn't that hunter look really nice? He's got a friend, nice deer there. They're just enjoying everything. I don't think it's dead. The deer, not the guy. All right, so yeah, this is I don't know what that is, a mile mark or what that is. It says 474 out there in the distance next to the gravel road down there. So that's where I am right now in the world. And so I guess I'm on Chouteau Island right now. That's where I'm at right now. Again, fairly certain this area I'm riding on, the power poles and the high voltage over there to the right and everything, towers and all this land really, it's man-made island. By that I don't mean like the garbage heap that's out in the Pacific Ocean or whatever. Just that I think this was actually part of the state of Illinois or something, and they just cut a channel to the left here for a passageway of barges and stuff. And so man did not actually make this land. They just dug a trench to the left, and it actually ended up turning into an island. So that's why I call it a man-made island. Anyway, I need some more, drink more water, but I've actually already gone halfway through my water bottle and still have over half of the way to ride my bike today. Gonna have to be a little more drink my water bottle water a little slower to make it last. Whoa, a bee just went right through my face. Fortunately, it didn't go into my helmet. Had that happen before. Mentioned it in a previous video. I only have 2 water bottle cages on this bike. I have a water bottle in one of the water bottle cages. But then I have this thing called the cage pack. Did a video on that. Blah, blah, blah. And I put all my stuff in it. Like my snack, my phone, ID, bandages, all the goodness. Woo! It is windy. A little bit of wind right now. So we're going at a nice, pleasant pace of about 15 miles per hour right now on this somewhat gravel road. Still absolutely nobody behind me, so got this all to myself. Last time I came out here, I think I had it to myself then as well. I don't think I passed anybody out here. Like I said, it takes time. You gotta put time aside on the weekend or whenever you're taking off from work to be able to go do these things. I am so fortunate, so happy that they're here, you know. People just don't get a lot of time to do them. Doesn't mean you shouldn't build them though, because when you do have time, oh, they're a blast. Ride on these bike trails. I have seen one cyclist though. I saw one biker earlier. Biker. You know what? I think this trail is actually a little longer than I said earlier. I think this trail might actually be more like 6 miles long, not 5. So, Eagle Points Trail. Woo! Why do they call it Eagle Points Trail? Well, somewhere along the Chain of Rocks Bridge. I think you can, or actually further north, I guess, more by Alton maybe. I don't remember. There's some good spots to spot bald eagles, which were, you know, which are still really cool, except I don't know if bald eagles are even endangered species anymore, so they're not as rare as they used to be. Not sure why they call them bald eagles, outside of the fact they got or the males at least have a white head, I know. I don't know if there is a literal bald eagle species though, with you know, a head that's actually bald. There's some birds like that. I think owls, O-W-L-S, are pretty cool. Some people think they're pretty spooky. Those things can eat small rodents. A lot of birds can, actually. A lot of cats do too. Lower on the food chain. By the way, I gotta throw it out there, I'm a vegan. I don't eat meat. I don't eat milk. I don't eat butter. I don't eat eggs. That's the way I roll. I feel better. I don't feel as lethargic. My nose isn't all messed up. As long as I avoid those things. That's just me though. Not saying you have to do it, but I'm on your side if you want to stop eating meat. Stop eating dairy. It worked for me. Alright, so I think we have gone 4.5 miles. We might have a couple more miles or less, 1.5 miles maybe, to go here till we reach the end. We're going 16 miles per hour. Gravelly road. The thing with gravel roads is you can't really coast so much on these roads. You gotta just keep pedaling, keep pedaling. I almost feel like I'm going a little downhill. I can upshift for a second. Going 19 miles per hour, getting a little bit more speed now. As I was talking about in a previous video about sprinting, the same goes true with just long distance cycling. You don't want to be going at, 100%. You're going to wear yourself out and wear out your body. Just because you can go faster doesn't mean you have to or you should. You should be more like at about 50% of your capacity. And really ramp it up when you feel a need to. But otherwise, just about enjoying it. There's no real trick to going a long distance. It's just, if your butt can take it, and if you got enough supplies, and pace yourself, Like I'm going 15 miles per hour again. I decided to slow down a little bit. And my heart rate isn't really high. I mean, at least I don't think it is. I don't use a heart rate monitor. My muscles aren't strained right now, really. The only thing that's sort of strained is my butt a little bit because I'm not standing off the saddle so much. The bee just hit my shoulder. It went like boop, like whoa, 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 whoa. And then it went around me. going downhill a little bit, so we'll go ahead and take advantage, upshift, get a little more speed going. So now again we're going 19, 20 miles per hour. You can start to see some larger buildings to the left of the video screen, I think. That's downtown St. Louis. Gonna be running out of land here soon. Not sure if we cross underneath that bridge up ahead. I think we might actually be running. Yeah, there's that power tower. Those Ironmen. I think we're almost near the end here now. I really do not believe I did a video of this before. I think I got some photos posted though. I don't use Google Plus. We have a YouTube account, you know, they automatically sign you up. I got some followers, but really the place to find me is YouTube or BikeBlogger.com if you leave a comment on there or on my YouTube videos or channel. That's the way you get in contact with me. Alright, yeah, we're almost at the end here. So the total distance was, yeah, about 6 miles. I'm gonna stop for a second. We'll take a drink, water, take a look at everything around us, and we'll head back. So we're nearing the end of Chouteau Island. Coming up on the tip here, and then we're going to swing it around and go back, so the video will include me going all the way back in the reverse direction, so you get an idea of, you know, you'll get a good perspective of what it was like in the other direction. There's a map here. Again, Eagle Point's trail. You are here. I think a bug went down into my shirt. Alright. Alright. Now let's turn around and go back. No. We came all the way out here. We gotta go to the end. It's just like a quarter or an eighth of a mile, so here we go. We're almost at the end now. Very rocky. Quite a bit of gravel right here. A little sandy. There's absolutely nobody out here. And this is where I had my first BikeBlogger profile image taken. There's some sand. This is the end of the line. Drink some water. Oh, I was thirsty. So here we are. This is the peninsula, the end of Chouteau Island. And as you can tell, as I was talking before, there's that canal along the island there. And there's the Mississippi River. There's the big river. And you can see a train. There's a train going across that bridge over there. And you can see in the distance St. Louis Arch and downtown over there. Oh my. So I'm on Chouteau Island looking south towards St. Louis, Missouri, and there's the arch over there. There's a plane in the sky. That's the Mississippi River over there. This is Eagle Point's trail. I'm at the end, like I said, on the peninsula of this man-made island. There's a channel, comes down along there and combines with the Mississippi River again, or recombines. And there's a train over there crossing the bridge. So yeah, very cool. This is my bike, 2-speed bicycle. Let me set it down. Nice and easy. Go out onto the sand here a little bit. Yeah. So here we are, we made it to the end of Eagle Point's trail. We're gonna head back now, so through this sand here. We're gonna head back now, and I'm gonna continue all the way to the end of this trail, and that'll be the end of the video, but keep watching because part 2 of my loop around Illinois and Missouri here along the Mississippi River will be coming up. So thanks for watching. All right, so here we go, part 2 of this Eagle Points trail. Had a little bit of a break there, got a little bit of water. Heading back now though. I'm halfway done with my ride for today. Posting all this, of course, across 3 different videos. Total ride time is probably gonna be a little over 2 hours. We've gone for 1 hour and 10 minutes today. Make sure to check out part 1 of my my loop around the Mississippi River here. Let me get back up onto the trail here. A little bit of a downhill here. Whew. All right, on our way back. Bye-bye, Bald Eagle. So we got 6 miles on our way back here. Today that'll make me a total of that'll get me up to 22, and then yeah, we're gonna get over 30 miles today. Last time I came out here on the Eagle Points Trail was actually, I think, one of my longest bicycle rides ever, which is not very long. It was like 40 miles. I'm a bicycle commuter. I don't really, trek. I don't really tour at all. So I do not do a lot of long bicycle rides day by day. They're usually broken up. I go for a 10-mile ride and then another 10-mile ride. And I don't ride generally for, like I said, that one time I rode 40 miles with basically getting out of the saddle once. And I was at the end of that peninsula back there I was just on. Usually I don't sit in the saddle that long. My butt gets tired. A lot of that sort of soreness has to do with bike fit. A lot of it has to do with just how well toned your butt is, and the saddle you're using, Just because it feels comfortable when you first sit in it doesn't mean it's going to be feeling very comfortable 30 miles in, or even 10 miles in. I tend to believe the firmer saddles are actually better for longer rides than those really cushy, really squishy gel insert sort of saddles. But if you're just going for a short ride around town, you can go have the suspension also on the saddle. I imagine that's like, really comfortable. I tend not to have a favorite saddle though. I just, ride whatever I got. I think I bought the saddle for this bike because, I don't know, there's a lot of good reviews online and it looked big and comfy. And it's lasted me for several years and I don't really have any complaints about it. So I call that a good saddle. I did buy, before I went vegan, I did buy a Brooks leather, genuine leather saddle. Of course I didn't let it go to waste, I resold it Well, at least it didn't go straight in the garbage. But I rode that for like twice. And I was, oh my gosh, this is hard as a rock. It's not comfortable. I was not willing to break it in. Because you always hear like, hey, those are the best saddles. You just need to use some of that goop. You know, take good care of it. Break it in. And I don't know, 300 miles in, it'll become the most comfortable saddle you've ever used because it really actually forms to your butt. But no, I wasn't willing to put up with that pain. Which is just as well, because I'm more into that vegan leather, or just leather, or just fake whatever. But that's me. I don't try to push my beliefs onto people. I just throw it out there, and if it sticks, good, in my opinion. If not, good as well, as long as you're happy. Right? Right. Still climbing a little bit of a hill here. Ugh. Going 60 miles per hour. So, I have 2 speeds on this bicycle. Fast and super fast. No. Slower and faster. My slower gear on this 2-speed bike is a 36-tooth chain ring in the front and a 17-tooth cog in the back. Divide those 2 numbers, 36 and 17, and I don't know, you come up with like 2.125 or something, because 36 divided by 18 is 2. So the gear ratio is not very high, but it's also not very low. It's a pretty good starting gear, I think. Gear ratio 2. And then my upper gear is 10 teeth above that. I got a 46 and then the 17 back. So now you're up to like 2.7 or something, which is my favorite gear ratio. Where the front sprocket is like 2.7 times larger than the rear sprocket. And that's sort of what I've fallen on that I like a lot. So yeah, sure, I can't really cruise much faster than 20 miles per hour, but especially in a city setting, you're usually not going to be going that much faster anyway, because there's too many stop signs, too many stoplights. Oh my gosh, it's getting warmer. The sun is really coming out now. As you can see, we got quite a ways to go still. That Mississippi River channel to my right. We got some barges over there. And just the island to my left, where during some parts of the year they allow hunting. Sounds like they got a little bit of everything over there. Slowing down a little bit right now. I'm going only 14.5 miles per hour. I'll be excited once we get all the way back here, because I can continue on with my original thing I was going to do today. I decided to take a 12-mile detour today, going out on this trail. But since I was out here, you know, why not? I can do a video on this trail, so that's what we're doing. And because I'm pretty sure nobody has done a video of this trail on YouTube. So I'll be the first to have done it. And that's sort of cool. Woo! Beautiful. That's beautiful. There's obviously nobody behind me because I don't think I've passed any intersections Oh, and there's really no spot for a truck to get onto this trail except for maybe that little outpost back there. But yeah, so I'm going on. I'm in my little gear right now. I've just been pretty much riding with that. It's got a pretty nice steady cadence and a steady speed. With the weight of this bike and the wheels and the surface I'm riding on, I think this is a really good gear. Yeah, maybe I could be spinning a little faster if I went down a little bit. I was actually screwing around with that because I did have a 16-tooth rear cog in the back of this bike, and I was like, I'd like something a little bit easier. And changing to a 17, wow, that's just great. It's worked out really well for me. It's easier to start. I don't have quite the top speed I did have, but it's worked out pretty well. Because I also had changed my front small chainring to a 42. Now keep in mind, that's a tooth difference of only 4 in the front. A 42 and a 46, and with the same rear cog in the back, oh my gosh, the gear ratio difference is what, 2.5 to 2.7 or something. At least over a short ride, the difference was negligible. I felt almost no difference. So I wouldn't recommend picking 2 chain rings that are that close together. I just thought I'd try it as an experiment, and yeah, don't do it. You can also run into issues with chain rings that are that close in size. So I'm not going to get into that. What I should have probably tried if I wanted to go up in a chain ring size was like maybe to from a 36 to a 38 or a 40. Yeah, I just keep blogging on about chain rings, but what I'm thinking about right now. Hope I'm not confusing some of you. I'm sure I am, though. You hear people talk about teeth and stuff like, what is this guy talking about? Well, very briefly, a chain ring is that gear in the front near your pedals. It's the big ring with all the little spikes on it. Those are called teeth. And the more teeth you got, the harder it is to pedal, but the faster you go. So that's the gist of it. Whew. Yeah, last time I came out here on this Eagle Points Trail, it was, I think it was summertime, deeper in the summer, like July or August, and it was even more sunny, and it was hot. Oh yeah, it was hot. I remember. So this is quite a bit different. It feels nice and cool up here. Take one of the buttons off, open up one of the buttons on my stylish golf polo collared shirt. That's the way I roll. I don't wear any of the lycra or the tights or the whatever you want to call them, skin suits. I used to, though, and I still got the stuff, so I could still do it. And it might not be a bad idea for these longer rides, but I've just gotten so used to riding something a little bit more like regular street clothes. I've just been comfortable enough with this that I feel, you know, just more comfortable riding with clothing like this. Watch for a future video. I eventually want to do part 3 of bicycle commuter clothing. What I wear in the summertime. But do check out my part 1 and part 2, because they're pretty much what I wear, you know, when it's chilly or when it's cold. Especially when it's cold. You can see me. I'm all bundled up. I have all those layers on. looking like a ninja or something. Ninja assassin. So I know how much further I need to go because the end of this trail is that bridge up there, straight ahead. So I gotta go all the way up to that bridge in the distance. And we'll get there. Every second, every turn of the pedals, every rotation of the bicycle wheel, I get a little closer. I don't get a little further. I'm always getting closer. Something satisfying about that. Always making progress. And it's all about the journey, not the destination, right? I like to mix it up a little bit. We're gonna sprint for just a second. Shift up, get out of the saddle, let my butt relax for a second. Of course, I only have one gear to shift up into, so we just passed the 20-mile mark on this ride today, so that's sort of cool. Did it while sprinting here. Going 20 miles per hour. Da, 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 da. Da, 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 da. One interesting thing I've found, and maybe it's just me, I find it easier to sprint on a bike with road style handlebars if I put my hands on the drops rather than up here on the hoods of the brake levers. Downshift. Well, I should have stayed upshifted. Stay in the higher gear. Got some good momentum going. Seems like I have to, you know, arch or bend down my arms more when I'm up higher. So I'm having to use more upper body strength just to stay stable on the bike. But if my arms are more stretched out, now this is probably a bike fit issue. But if my arms are more stretched out down into the drops, I find it easier. And it might just be because my arms are more stretched out and I don't have as straight of a bend at my elbow. And I got more of like a, okay, something's crawling on my head. Woo! Ah, ah. Woo! I had to take my helmet off there for a second. I got into my helmet. I hate that, you know? You get a bug or something in your helmet. Alright, now. It was easy enough to get the helmet off. Can I get the helmet back on without stopping? To click my thing, it's going to require me to take my hands off the handlebars and balance myself. I'm not so good at that. I haven't been practicing as I should be practicing more with that. There, we got it. All's good now. All to save ourselves 5 seconds, 10 seconds. Da, 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 da. Da, 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 da. Yep. So we've gone over 20 miles. We've gone for an hour and a half. I'm starting to feel my stomach getting a little hungry. For lunch today, before I left, I had a wrap. A little bit of lettuce and mushroom, hummus. Had some chips and salsa. Water. More water. But, Township. But it's important not to run on fumes. And fumes. Yeah, it's important not to breathe in all the exhaust of cars. But it's important not to get yourself really hungry when you're riding, because you're gonna get tired quicker. It's not, you know, riding on a hungry stomach is not good. Even if you think it is for weight loss or something, it's not something you should do. So in a little while here, I'll probably stop and eat something. I sort of would like to get to the old Chain of Rocks bridge and maybe stop on the bridge and eat my snack there. Maybe where it's a little bit more shady and not so sunny. Sort of really exposed out here. Although it is nice and comfy with all the wind, or a gentle breeze. I also keep talking so much, getting my throat dry. I got probably just a quarter of a water bottle left now. The bridge is getting bigger. That means we're getting closer. Not sure I could just fill my water bottle up at a fountain, and I might do that. A while ago, I was sick for like a month. I think I might have mentioned it in a past video. And I don't know, I tend to think it was because I drank out of a public water fountain. Now those things are supposed to, that potable water is supposed to be clean. But call me superstitious, but I tend to drink a lot of my water from bottled water, thinking it's healthier or something, or cleaner. Hey, that's just me. It's also just a convenience thing. The truck coming, so I might have to stop, or I might just grab a good chunk of brakes. There we go. Alright, so I almost didn't see anybody on this trail. Didn't run across that truck though. Unfortunately, all we saw on this trail was an SUV. No other cyclists, so that's okay. We did it! Even if nobody else went on this trail today, or maybe we missed some people, or maybe some people are going to come on the trail later today or this weekend. It is really unique. It is really cool. And it is pretty easy because you're going straight the whole time. It's a very good beginner trail, I think. Especially for somebody who wants to ride on something that's gravelly and I don't know, wants to get into riding longer on a bike. Pretty simple. There's no intersections really. There's no stop signs, no traffic really. Sort of like the Katy trail in that regard. Although that can get sort of busy on the weekends this time of year. Not a lot of people know about this or don't bother to come out here. I think I see a blue car. Might be coming up to the parking lot there. Can't tell from here if they got a bike on the back of the car or not. This just about covers it. Eagle Point's Trail. As we near the end here, coming up on the bridge. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe to my channel, guys. stay tuned for part 2 as I continue my bicycle ride along the Mississippi River, St. Louis, Missouri. Whew. That does it. Thanks for watching.